let me add this. I spoke about this yesterday in the Merchant Crime Watch group, and there's a lot of discussion going on in regards to homelessness right now. And I think it's healthy. I think it's healthy dialogue, healthy discussion. But in order for us to truly think critically about this, we need to know the context from which we are working with. And so I want to tell everybody, I want to give you a real life story here that it's hard to hear, but we need to hear it. Here's what it is. Majority of people who are coming to us at the mission have this very similar story. Majority of people. Most of our people who we see were forced into the drug scene well before the age of 10 years old. Some, their parents were using throughout the entire labor experience. And so there are literally people who were born with drugs and or alcohol in their system. Here's what I want people to know. There's this young man, 19 years old, and I'll keep this kind of PG, but young man, 19 years old, when I spoke to him, he smelled awful, and he had a horrible attitude, and he just looked filthy. Nobody in our society would want to approach this type of person, and you would really have animosity towards him, and a lot did. And so as I spoke with them, I try to say, what is the root, man? What is going on in your life that causes you to be so angry, so bitter? And as we finally got to this, here's what it is. This young man, at a very young age, had to watch as his sister was being sexually abused. Then he began to receive that sexual abuse himself. Eventually, they were both taken out of that home and put into the foster care system. But he began to endure that same abuse while he was in the foster system. Eventually, he started using drugs around the age of 12 to numb the pain of that experience. At 18 years old, he genuinely hated humanity, was now addicted to drugs because he was trying to numb the pain of this awful experience, and now he is living homeless on the streets. And at 19 years old, he is bitter, he is angry, he is filthy, and he does not like people. That is the story of so many people that we deal with every single day. It's heart-wrenching, it's hard, it's a complex issue. That's not to excuse the negative behaviors that people have, but it's to show, if we're going to talk about solutions and we're going to talk about solving homelessness and trying to help people, we really need to know where they came from. Because I hear a lot of people say, well, they just need to get off the drugs. How easy is it for this person to get off those drugs? If it was forced upon them, or if they started using at such a young age to numb the pain. At the same time, I hear people say they just need a job. Let me ask, would any employer in our city hire that person in their current state where they smell awful and they genuinely hate people? We wouldn't, because they would detract business from us. And so that's why on our end at the mission, we partner with so many local agencies to be able to refer people wherever their needs are best met, and at the same time to offer them programs to look deep into their past and overcome the reasons why they're homeless today, to help break that cycle of poverty. And so last year we helped almost 250 people break that cycle of poverty. Majority of those people have that very similar story. So I think that's really important for all of us as a community to have that as a baseline of, it's not about just drugs, it's not about just not having a job. There's real deep-seated issues, and a lot of these will develop into mental health complexities at the same time.